Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make the waving basket pattern phone bag. This one I use a cord to make this one. You can use any yarn of your choice, but I'll be demonstrating the pattern using Ali's cotton gold plus. I need the scissors, darning needle, and the stitch marker, and I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. Now chain 16 and then add 3 chains after you chain your 16. So now let's start. Yarn over, skip the 3 chains you make into the 4th chain from hook, make a double crochet, put your stitch marker, yarn over, make double crochet into every stitch until the last stitch. Okay, when you reach the last stitch, yarn over, put a double crochet into that stitch. Again, yarn over, put a double crochet into that stitch. Now we have 2 stitches in there. Now flip your work, put double crochet into every stitch until the last stitch. Okay, when you reach to your last stitch, the chain 3 that you skip, go ahead and make slip stitch on top of that chain 3. Then chain 3, remove your stitch marker. Into that next stitch where your stitch marker is coming from, put a double crochet. Chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Into the next stitch, a double crochet. So now you have 3. Chain 1 and then skip this stitch, and then into the next stitch make a double crochet, and then into the next stitch make a double crochet, into the next stitch make a double crochet. Again we have 3. Chain 1, like yarn over, skip, double crochet into the next, yarn over, double crochet into the next, yarn over, double crochet into the next. Chain 1. This is going to be the repeat until you reach at the end where you start. You always skip a stitch, chain 1 before you skip a stitch, then make 3 double crochet into every 3 stitches. Repeat this until the end. This is how our second round is looking like. Now chain 1, skip those stitches, and then into the chain 3 that you make, go ahead and make a slip stitch on top of that chain 3. Now chain 2. We are going to make back front post and back post double crochet. Yarn over into the chain 3, which we make at the second round. Make a front post by going underneath that stitch and make a double crochet, front post double crochet. Again, yarn over into the next stitch, go underneath that stitch, and then pull a yarn under that here, make a double crochet, front post. Yarn over into the next stitch, do the same thing, double crochet, front post, chain 1. You always chain 1 to give you the space. And then the next 3 stitches is going to be back post. Yarn over, go behind your work and into that stitch, put your hook into that stitch, and then pull a yarn, then make a double crochet, back post. Again to the next stitch, do the same thing. And you do the same thing for the next stitch. 3 stitches go back and 3 stitches will be front. And then the next 3 stitches is going to be front post, chain 1, and then go into the next stitch, and make front post like the way we start. Yarn over into the next stitch, make a front post double crochet. Yeah, the next one will be back post, the next 3 stitches. And this is going to be the repeat for this round. Now it's going to be front post, continue until the end. Okay, the last stitch is going to be back post, the last 3 stitches, since we start with front post. Now this is the first round of front post and back post double crochet. We are going to repeat it for 2 times, so we should have 3 rounds of front post and back post double crochets. Now go into the chain 2 that we make, so when we start this round, and make a slip stitch into the chain 2 on top of the chain 2. Now from here now to the end, you always chain 2, and chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Now chain 2, always chain 2, and then again make front post into your first 3 stitches. You do this for 3 rounds. Now this is the first round, this is the second round we are about to do. Front post, into the next stitch, front post, double crochet, into the next stitch, front post, double crochet. And whenever you do your 3 stitches, don't forget to chain your 1. And then the next 3 stitches is going to be back post. To the next stitch, back post, double crochet. To the next stitch, back post, double crochet. You have 3 stitches, chain 1, yarn over. Now it's going to be front post, 3 stitches, chain 1. Continue this pattern. Chain your 1. Now continue the pattern like this. The next 3 stitches is going to be front post. This is the pattern you're going to continue until the end of this round. Alright, now when you reach at the end, go ahead and make slip stitch. And when you make your slip stitch should always fall into your chain 2 that you make when you start the round. Now this is the second round of our front post and back post double crochet. We are going to make another 1 round, so it's should be 3 rounds of front post and back post double crochets. Now the other round is going to be front post, yarn over and make a front post into your first stitch, double crochet, and then into the next stitch do the same thing, and then into the next stitch do the same thing. You always chain your 1, and the next 3 stitches is going to be back post. Chain 1 into the next 3 stitches, front post. Now this is 3 rounds of front post and back post. A part of the 2 rounds we have down, where we have double crochet, and the second round we already have 3 rounds of front post and back post. So you should always have 3 rounds when you start different ways. So this is why I put this different colors of yarn to know how you count your stitches. Now we are going to do something different. Instead of doing front post, this time around we are going to do back post into this first front post. Now we are going to make 3 rounds of back post and double front post double crochet. Now the starting of this round, it's going to be back post into these 3 stitches instead of front post. So we are doing it the opposite way. And the next, after you finish 3 rounds of this back post and front post, the next round you're going to start, you start with a front post. Again, chain 1. Then into the next stitch, that these stitches are back post, they are going to be front post this time around. then to the next stitch, front post, yarn over into the next stitch, front post, chain one. You always chain your one. The next stitch, which are front post, are going to be back post, double crochet, this one front post, continue this round until the end. Okay, as usual, when you reach at the end, make a slip stitch into the chain 2 that we make. And now this is it's going to make another 2 rounds to complete it, the 3 rounds we should have. You should still go into your back post. Now we are starting the second round of this opposite way. We should have 3 rounds of this, starting with back post and front post. And when you have 3 rounds of this, you should start with front post, and for 3 rounds also, until you have 16 rounds, or I can say until you reach your satisfying point. Maybe your phone is in different heights, you know. So you keep on doing it like this. You repeat the same thing, just like this. Now there is 3 rounds down, which we start with front post, and then there are 3 rounds up that we start with back post. Now this is going to be the repeats. The next round we are going to start front post, like the way we start the first round of this front post and back post. So the next stitch is going to be back post into the 3 stitches, and then the next stitches, which are back post, are going to be front post. So this is going to be the repeats. Front, this one front, and the next stitch front, the next stitch front, and the next 3 stitches that are front, they are going to the back. And you do that for 3 rounds, and this is what you will continue until you have the amount of rows you want. And then I'll meet you back there. So keep working your way through, and I'll meet you back to finish this. Okay, this is the amount of rows. I have 16 rounds. Now we are going to add 1 inch, which is going to be a double crochet, okay, into every stitch. Chain 2 as usual, and then into the next stitch make a double crochet. Now I'm done making my basket stitches, so I'll make just double crochet into every stitch around. In this chain space counts as a stitch. We skip a stitch down here. You remember when we start, before we start our front post and back post, so we chain 1 and skip means we skip a stitch, which counts as a stitch. So you are going to put double crochet into that chain space to complete the stitches that we have. for this work. You only make double crochet into every stitch until the end. Alright, I finish with my double crochets, so I'll go into the top of my chain 2 space and make a slip stitch. And then into that same stitch I will put my hook in there where I make my slip stitch to make the strap. We'll start making the strap, and then I will remove that loop out of my, it's going to be a little bit difficult when you start to make the strap, but as time goes on you will just do it easy. So you pull the yarn through that space, and this is how we're going to work. You remove the first loop of yarn, and then go underneath the yarn that we are working with, and then pull through into the other loop, and then put that loop back into your hook, and then yarn over and pull through, make a slip stitch with that loop. So this is what we are going to do to get the length we want for our bag strap. Like I said, this is going to take a little bit of time. So this is what we are going to do. So this is how we are going to work the strap. Just take your time to do it. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I don't know. Okay. So this is how we are going to work the strap until you have the length you want. You can make it as long as you want, or if you want to make it short, you can. So keep on working it like this, and I'll meet you back at the end to show you how to join it to the other side. I already make one bag of this same pattern, the same way, same amount of rows, and the strap is also the same. So when you finish the strap, just go ahead and yarn over and pull through all that 2 loops that you have on your hook, and then yarn over, chain 1, and then cut off the yarn cut off your yarn, and then leave a long tail, because we are going to attach this bag into the other side of our front bag. So I'll just take 2 loops. I'll use 2 loops to attach my strap. So I'll go into the first loop that is on the side, go through both, and then take 1 loop, and go into your strap, take 1 loop into the strap, and then to the next stitch I'll pull, and then I'll take 1 loop into that stitch, just like that, and then I'll go into my strap again, and I'll try to walk inside with my yarn, take a loop into the strap, and then try to go into my inside the bag. Now make a loop inside to tie the try to hide it into your double crochets that you make. That's the remaining yarn. There's the same pattern. This one is a cord, this one is acrylic yarn. So just hide in the remaining yarn that's left inside the bag and cut off the yarn. And I want to say that if you find this video useful, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment and share, and hit the notification button so anytime I upload a new video you will be notified. I thank you for coming, and I'll see you back in the next video. Bye.